Okay, we've had the Champion in now installed for a year. It's almost exactly a year. The main reason for choosing it was because the way it operates. We needed less space in our barn, 28 feet instead of 40, which was what we had to work with. And of course, Champion, being a vertical parlor, definitely utilizes space a lot better than others. We felt that it was a well-built parlor and would last a long time. And the reason we went with a double 8 rather than bigger was because, one reason because we only had so many feet in our barn for the double 8, and also we felt it would be adequate for up to 300 cows. And as far as the ease of construction, I helped quite a bit in construction just to see how the things put together. I was kind of amazed how this all did fit together quite easily. So again, we're just simply sold on the product. We'll say the cows are coming in now. Okay, the gate opens up to allow cows to enter. And the cows are now in, and we close the gate. It automatically indexes. Cows are milked. And as soon as they're done being milked, we are ready to exit all cows. We let it down to the next group. We open the gate to let the next group in. Just a bit about the milking unit. We're really satisfied. We like the way the bowl type is designed, which was kind of a new concept. We looked at numerous others, and we like the way the inflations are in the bowl there, no stem. And at first I thought it'd be pretty difficult to change inflations. Of course, our dealer doing that way doesn't seem to be a problem. And we also recognize the benefit of the sequencing gates being hanging on to the rail rather than being cemented into concrete. It's an important feature as well because of less cleaning, easier to clean. And we also like the durability of the Champion, the way it's bolted into the concrete and the heavy steel that's being used in it. We like the takeoff. Takeoff works really well. And as far as cleaning, hasn't been a problem. And our jetters, the way we have them, our washing procedure here, that is real convenient. I know it was an extra, was an option. Of course, added a little bit to the cost, but it was definitely worth it. And as far as the flushing, also the deck flushing, gutter flushing, those all have really worked well. As far as products that we use, like soaps and dips, they're all strictly deal of all products. Pre-dip and a post-dip, and also an acid rinse and detergent. We stick with them because we know they're good products. It's a time that my wife and I look forward to, actually. Most of the time it's pleasant here, it's warm enough, and summertime with the fans running, it's cool enough to be comfortable in here. And it's one of the nicer places to be besides the house. So the social factor does enter into there, yeah. As far as milking procedure, 2 people in the parlor just about all the time. We strip each cow, and then we pre-dip and do that 4 cows in a row. We come back and we wipe those 4 cows and come back and we start attaching units. And then of course the second person takes care of the other 4 cows. And sometimes if we have a cow that has a slow letdown, we wait a little bit to attach that unit. Most of the time it's kind of a step-by-step procedure without any time in between. As far as the operator, the height is just right for most of us. And as far as setting the milker to the cow, adjusting and so on, there's a number of different ways you can do it. The way we have it here with these butterfly units, it's probably the cheapest way to go. I think some of the more expensive ways, you may have a little more different ways of setting the milker, which could be an advantage for some cows. Again, depending on the cow's udder and the way it's formed and so on, another type could work a little better. But we do, for the most part, most cows, we can set the milker well, in spite of the way the udder is formed sometimes. Again, it depends whether you have hired labor or whether you have family labor. 2 people would fit better in a double 10 or a double 12 than a double 8. But double 8, I think, is plenty for one person if you want to really keep the cow flow going. For us, it works better to have 2 people in. Again, hiring labor, expensive labor, well, it may not be possible to do that. But in our situation, it works the best. And we are on an every 5-week schedule to change inflations, which our dealer does for us, the route man does for us. And we also are on a 6-month schedule as far as maintenance on anything that needs to be replaced every 6 months. And then those items that get replaced every year, those are also listed out, and they're all pre-priced out as well. We know what's going to cost us every 6 months to upgrade or to replace these items, and also every 1 year items. Again, from start to finish on the parlor itself was about 2 weeks. That included all the concrete work, the wiring, and installing everything. A lot of this parlor is bolted together rather than welded together, which I felt was kind of nice. Actually, you could disassemble this parlor quite easily and put it into another building if you so desire. So that was possibly a future issue we may have to face. As far as time saving and become more efficient in our upgrade, and of course in other products as well that go into conjunction with that, it has allowed us to increase our profit, increase our total revenue, and yet not increase our labor. And whenever you can do that, I think it's a good thing. For example, we can, instead of milking 100 cows like we did before, we're milking 170, and with about the same amount of time and almost the same amount of labor. So we've definitely become more efficient that way. Even though there is a cost involved with upgrading, sooner or later it has to be done. Whether you have a stall barn or whether you have an old parlor or something, it just only lasts so long. So even though there's a cost involved and there's interest costs involved with that, it's still, in the long run, it still is a good paying proposition. We can't really single out any certain product or any even 2 products. It's kind of the whole system has to kind of function together. So again, I almost have to go back to quality of products and quality service and making the whole system work and making it a profitable system. And so that's where we ended up with probably the main reasons for choosing the champion.